Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nuuli Forged. Thank you for hanging on while we got all four of our people, logged in. Apparently, Discord was being a little wonky with the letting everybody play nicely.
Yeah.
But we're all here, except for Sarah, who will be back soon. A couple of quick updates and announcements. Uh, this week will be our last stream for 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks, unfortunately, I am out of town on business, so I will not be able to play. And so we're going to have to put a little pause on Nuuli Forge for the next couple of weeks. But we got this week, and when we come back, I think we're going to have everybody. And that's exciting.
Imagine that.
I know.
Wow.
Unless Spoot needs to be spootified. We'll see what Matt actually has going on at that time.
I don't know.
But anyway, also let's give a big shout out to I've Got It, who is officially our first mod. He's been upgraded to mod status. So good job, I've Got It.
What does that entail?
It gives him power in the chat to ban spammy bots and such things.
With great power.
Yes. And he gets a little sword next to his name now, which is cool.
That's cool.
Very cool.
I
Yeah.
want to be a mod.
Do it for the sword.
But yeah, so that being said, let's go around, introduce ourselves. Hey, Grinch2369, good to see you back. Thanks for coming. And let's go around. Everybody introduce yourselves, say who you are, who you're playing, and let us know what your character would like to do on their next day off. Like sit by the pool, relax, whatever. Climb a mountain. It's up to you. Let's start up in this corner once again with Mike.
Hey, everyone. I'm Mike. I am back playing Defect, Warforged Barbarian. And on Defect's next day off, he will... I feel like he's been neglecting his reading into poetry, so he'll probably just find a spot by a lake or in the woods and read some poetry.
Very cool. Very cool. And
Gotta get more of those duck metaphors.
Yes, I feel like that's what we need.
right. And how about moving on down below Mike to Amber?
Hello, I am Amber Tenujaya. I play Grrrig, the Goblin Artificer. And on my next day off, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna probably follow Defect wherever he goes. Because I've missed Defect. So
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
if he's gonna read, then I guess I'll read or I'll make something. I don't know. I just want to be with him.
Oh, that's lovely.
Aww.
mushy stuff.
Not mushy stuff. This is different. This is friend stuff, okay? Human, stupid human.
Rick has a bad definition, maybe, of what mushy. A very specific definition of mushy stuff.
Awesome.
Anyway, that's it.
Oh, and it looks like we're getting some video problems. Oh, here we go. He's coming back.
I'm back. Sorry.
No problem.
Maybe a glitchy night for me.
Yeah, I guess so. But we'll do the best that we can, and we'll have fun with it. Moving on from Amber, let's hop over to the man who almost had a camera today, Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I play Adis the Human Ranger. And on my day off, I'm going to seek this doorman that my Amazon said that they delivered my camera to.
For vengeance.
Yes.
Hunter's mark.
Right? Or just my ridiculous tracking skills, because survival.
Locate object.
Webcam.
Well,
Webcam.
you haven't seen it though in person. Does that throw a reason there?
I've seen a picture.
He and like he can imagine an Amazon label with his name. I'd allow that.
Okay. Doorman doesn't know what's coming for him.
Yeah.
The
And
doorman that my building doesn't have.
the doorman rang once. Okay, and moving on up next to Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt, playing Spoot, Total Cleric, and I'm also inspired by Defect in this one. I think that while fishing would be nice, I have neglected some of my studies in meditation, so I think it's time to catch up on that.
I didn't catch any of that. I'm sorry.
Really? Was it
You spoke too low, and I think your air conditioner, like.
air conditioner probably did pick up? Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. I think you just have to talk louder than your air conditioner.
Study, meditate,
Love it.
fish.
I love it. Great. Study, meditate, fish. Wonderful. And
In
I am
that order.
yeah. And I am Jared, your dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. Let's dive right in, shall we? Last time on Nuuli Forged, Adis, Grrrig, and Spoot were somehow sent back in time by Wave Watcher Tal, or at least some part of them was. He was able to conduct a ritual so that Adis could learn about what happened in the village of Lytral, home of the Jackal tribe of the Wolf Nation, from which Adis hails, although he hails from Lycos, but similar vein. While there, a spellstorm came upon the village, and strange amalgamated creatures, deadly combinations of tooth and claw and wing, tore their way through the village. Strange yellow lightning strikes struck down from the rolling black clouds, bolts that seemed to alter whatever they touched, changing it, twisting it. Luckily, the trio was able to make it to the Temple of Melora and hold up in a specially prepared chamber with other villagers. However, these closed doors would not deter these hideous creatures, and soon they had broken through not only the barriers, but the volunteer defenders as well. Bursting into the chamber, the trio watched as the villagers threw themselves at the creatures in order to protect the children and the clerics who were conducting some strange ritual, buying them the time they needed in order to complete it. The chamber was ripped away, destroying the creatures, shaking, rocking, and coming to a sudden stop on a strange floating rock in the middle of a void that Adis recognized as the Astral Sea. The trio was then torn back to their true bodies and found Wave Watcher Tal slumped over and seemingly aged on the ground below them. Seeing to his recovery, the group reunited afterwards with Defect, who was waiting outside. And they have decided to head back into town, discussing what experiences they have just had. So that is where we find you all on your way back to Fey Harbor from the Temple of Melora. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Nap, because my health is really low.
So funny thing you should mention that. You actually have all of your hit points.
And spells?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It seems that whatever this magical ritual was, like at the time you were connected to it, but over the past hour or so of being back, you have kind of resynced with the current day.
Oh, love that.
Yeah. So you all have, you all have this information, and it's up to you what you will do with it.
Oh, does anybody know why our bodies hurt? Because we weren't really there, right? But we were there, but we weren't there. Is that normal?
No. I'm not entirely sure what kind of magic that was.
Do you think we could find them in the Astral Sea? Are we going to go there? We should go there. Do you think they'll all be dead? Because that was a long time ago.
I don't know. Maybe we should speak with Seda first and see what he knows, or if they have any books on the Astral Sea. Because
Okay.
as far as recognizing it, I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, I mean, we put a dead body in it one time. That's all
We
I really
have-
know about it.
Yeah, we haven't seen it since.
Now, do you think it's gonna run into them? That would be kind of scary. Although there's been a lot of scary stuff that already happened.
Also, how big is that? Is the Astral Sea?
Well, yeah, I guess probably really big, huh? It is a sea.
Yeah. Is there time in the day to go to see Seda right now?
Yeah, it's by looking at the sun with a quick check, it's only probably been like 5 hours have passed since you left.
What time did we leave? Early morning?
Well, you had spent the early morning with Seda at the library, getting Relgan and Rendy settled.
Oh, right. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was like the same day or the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the day that never ends.
Right? Time loop. Well, we should go speak to Seda, see what he has to say about this, because I'm sure he'll want to know as well, since they were researching those ruins after all.
Yeah.
Boot, would you like to let Seda know that we're on the way?
I mean, I can.
Do we need to?
Just jump into the library like a normal party for once, maybe. I feel like I might be getting mild annoying with my constant messages.
Yeah, I mean, you're not terribly far. Like,
I vote we just walk to the library.
I cast message and tell Spoot.
I was just gonna.
What do you mean
I
message
mean,
is
like,
annoying?
I was gonna say, do you just want to give him a heads up that we're walking there? Like, we're not gonna portal in, just like, hey, we got some critical information. We're on our way.
I think you want me to, so I will do it. And I will send a message saying, we have some critical information, we are on the way. If now is a good time.
you get a response.
He just seems like
Well,
a busy man.
If it is important, very well.
He is a busy man. That's why I don't always. Anyway, let's go to the library. Wait a minute. Real question. Did you say we did get our stealth left back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's less of an issue.
We did.
I was like, no. Time.
But not hit points?
No, you have your hit points back.
Oh, okay.
Over the past like hour that you've been back in reality, your bodies have resynced to
Okay.
your current time reference point.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it seems like whatever the link was that sent you back was also attuned to your body, and now like your bodies are reacclimated.
So does that apply to my once a day magic missile that I got from Magic Initiative?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Essentially, if you only used it in the flashback, then you have it back. If you
Great.
used it before the flashback, then it's gone.
Got it.
Cool.
And then I assume, like, on our way there, we're gonna tell Defect everything. Or at least Grrrig will, in Grrrig,
Yeah, we should probably.
in Grrrig terms.
He's standing outside.
By the way, there were crazy toothy monsters and they tried to kill us. And you probably would have done really better with the axe, but because we only had mixed success. And then they ate this lady and it was really sad and she got crushed and her husband ran away. And then they just kind of ate everyone and it was really horrific. But somehow we didn't get eaten, and then the lightning was turning things into other things. But we got hit by the lightning and didn't do it. Maybe it's because we were not really there, but we were there. and they had 2 different fragments, and they were doing mysterious research that they didn't want to show us, and then they ended up in the astral sea. So I sort of feel bad for them, but also I don't feel bad because they probably created that awful vampire guy, and there might be another stone wandering around.
Or many others.
Okay, well, yeah, many, but like another one that they messed with, which could be bad because they made a bad thing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty well sums it up.
Yeah. Grrrig, Defect is trying to process.
Defect does not have the greatest internet service tonight, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we're walking through that area of town that has like really sketchy Wi-Fi signal.
Right.
Well, yeah, we were on the outskirts. You know, the temple probably like limits it when you're inside the temple, so you're not distracted.
Yeah.
To the library then?
Yes.
Sure. All right.
I believe Jared's played this character the most now, haven't you? As an
Seda,
Well, it's not,
you have like gone to Seda a lot. Yeah.
it's not like we have like anyone else to go to.
No, exactly.
There's no
That's
wizard
Seda, BFF
tower.
forever.
Yeah.
the eternal struggle. Oh, now my air conditioning's on. Well, I'm gonna be quiet for a minute.
Oh, you're fine. But yeah, you get back to the Library of Three. It's that big, tall, triangular kind of shaped building, kind of like the Flatiron. It's got 3 stories. It's pretty large.
What's a flat iron?
Well, those of you in New York know what the Flatiron building is. And I know you know, so hush up.
I've only done like 3 photo shoots there. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Well, regardless, you all return. Seda, you're showing up to Seda's office. He's like, "Oh, well, what seems to be the problem? You said it was urgent."
We think we know where Lightral is.
Well, I mean,
Not the ruins. That broken part of the temple that we felt
Oh.
was.
oh, well,
Yeah. So this is gonna be wild, and then Adis will just like start explaining things.
yeah. You relate the story to him. Well, if they are on the astral sea, that is a very large place. It's as big as it needs to be. It weaves its way throughout the entirety of the upper planes. It's much like the ethereal of our plane of existence. It interweaves between the spaces it overlaps. It is everywhere it needs to be.
Is it possible though that the past 800 question mark years they could have survived?
Well, that's entirely possible, I suppose. I'm not too versed in the technicalities of the astral sea, and unfortunately, due to spell storms, much of the knowledge of it was lost. There are those who are endeavoring to research more into it, but not much is widely available yet.
I figured that most of the knowledge would probably be old world knowledge on the astral sea.
Yes, it is very unfortunate that over 1,000 years of spell storms and ruin and terror have really just decimated our knowledge base.
Yeah. I may have an idea. My scimitar is from my tribe, but if I've seen a location in the astral sea, there's a chance that I might be able to make a portal directly to that spot. I'm not great at magic, but I can try. At least once a day.
Well, you have nothing to lose in the attempt, I assume.
Would you, at least while we're in town, like me to try here once a day, just in case your scholars are ready, or to try outside the temple
Does this
library?
portal act similarly to your other portals that stay open?
Yes, but I've never seen anything move in the astral sea. I don't know what's out there, although that's also concerning.
Yes, there are many creatures out there that roam, and many entities that have been shoved aside or lost or are in hiding there. It is dangerous and shouldn't be trifled with.
That's
However,
fair.
however, if you give me some time, there are some precautions that I could put in place. It will take time. I need to have resources available, and it's, well, to be frank, it's not going to be cheap.
Right. Well, I can attempt until at the chance that I'm successful. Um, and then if I am, maybe that'll make it easier in the future. Or I could possibly get a vial of blood through the portal and drop it there. And then I can instantly portal there in the future so that we can have everything prepared. It's a lot to think about, but
Yes, if
the
you,
fact that there possibly might be survivors.
it is possible. Stranger things have happened on Nuuli.
That's our tagline. Spook might speak up. It's fun to say. Well, I hope that maybe some of this, if not only the possibility of rescuing people could be exciting, but might help aid in the research that was tied to what your group was sent to find of these ruins, considering that they seem to be linked.
Well, there hasn't been a lot of time to really process the information yet.
Oh, I understand. I'm just, hoping maybe some of this might, some of these discoveries might also help in that process. I'd be excited to see.
Well, the possibility of, if there are a lot of survivors, there were some priests among them, so I'm sure there's some also lost knowledge that would come with.
Oh, I do not doubt it. I'm sure it is. The potential alone is quite impressive and quite great. And I am willing to help you if that is what you require. But in order to make a completely safe and secure location to attempt randomly searching the astral sea takes some materials and time.
Right. Maybe it would be best for me to try this not in the middle of the city and on the road.
If you are going to try it without any precautions, I would highly recommend that it be in a place far removed from anyone's home.
So I shouldn't try it in my living room.
I would not, yes.
No, don't do it in the library either, Ada. Stop.
Tears open portal right here. All right, but well, I mean, now we know where the broken temple is. Fully, or at least the other half, possibly.
Indeed. Is there anything else? I am sorry, I do have a lot of work to catch up on.
No, I just felt it was very important, as to, since you were sending researchers to their ruins of what we saw right as it was becoming ruins.
Yes, if there are survivors and they have passed down knowledge, having first-hand accounts of Lytral and even beyond, if they have information about what the world was like before the breaking, then that would be very valuable and highly sought after information. However,
Jared,
yep,
part of my background
Mhm.
is I just looked at it like yesterday. I do have a map. It says I have a poorly drawn, or a what is it?
Hand scribbled with crayon map.
Yeah. It says I have like a map of my homeland.
yeah, so the map you have is like the map of the lands of Lycos. It's not the full continent or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wait.
Yeah, and it probably has, like little markings on it of known Feywild portals and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Gotcha.
but anyway, yeah, he is interested in helping you, but like it's in order for him to do it, like if you actually are able to make contact safely, then he would definitely be willing to send like a few acolytes or researchers to get information off of people.
Mm-hmm.
I
would have
you get a sense that he is willing to help you. He's just like got a lot on his plate, and you guys have been asking a lot of him lately, so it's his normal work routine is kind of backlogged.
It's not like we haven't been contributing.
No, you have, and that's part of the reason that his work has increased. You've brought him a lot of info.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, you have facilitated his work.
He's gonna be all the rage at the next gathering.
The next Iuna-palooza.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, do librarians have conventions or research conventions? Like, what would it be?
BookCon.
Right?
BookCon.
Yeah.
He'll be having a board the next time. He won't just be attending the talks. He will have his own panel.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Seda thanks you and lets you know that he's willing to help. Just let him know if that's what you need. And otherwise, he's got to get back to work. So what do you all want to do?
I'm gonna stay here with Seda and bother him.
That tracks.
That does track. I actually would like to make an insight check. He mentioned money, and I need to know whether Grrrig realizes that he might be asking for money or not, because Amber thinks that if we give him some money and help, that could be helpful and good. But Grrrig might not.
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Cool. Nope, no clue.
Yeah, with a 4, I don't know. Seda's saying some stuff. Whatever.
I zoned out. I was looking at that book over there.
Yeah,
It had red letters on it.
Yeah, it did. Big red letters that said, "Do not touch."
Yep.
Book.
And it captured your attention, and you were like, "But maybe I should."
What would happen if I touched it? What is it? It want me to touch it?
It's
Would
another
anything
flying.
happen? Is it a trick?
It's
Who
a
knows?
flying smut novel.
That's right. It's
Only-
Seda's smut novel.
Only one way to know, as you're on the way out of the office.
Right. Next time. Next time.
I would say I'm actually I feel like we did overstay our welcome a bit with him, so that's GTFO.
Okay. So you exit the library. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Lunch?
You all, I will say, you all do notice that Defect has been a little silent the last couple of days.
And also disappeared to go find this Amber chick.
Yeah.
Oh, and we never got to talk about that coin that he received that he might
Yeah.
tell Grrrig about at some point, but your schedules never
Right.
lined up.
And also that IRL hasn't happened, so we know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I didn't tell them about the coin, right?
Yeah, because Grrrig is your friend, but Amber hasn't been here to play Grrrig. And then when
Right.
Amber was here, you haven't been here.
I left. Exactly. That storyline was put on the back burner.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Defect would definitely tell Grrrig early about the paperweight that he was given. I mean, I guess, yeah, he would slowly tell the others too at the optimal time.
Is that time now?
Time is now. Friends, Adis, gather round. I have something to tell you. And Defect pulls out the paperweight. I was given this in the middle of the night 3 weeks ago. I don't know how long ago it's been now.
Probably like 3 days, actually.
Okay.
It's actually been
feels like
about
3
like 2
weeks.
weeks, roughly.
Oh, what? Oh, wow.
Game
Oh,
time
okay, see?
2 weeks, IRL like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the thing. Okay.
Yes. During the hours of the night, I was given this paperweight with strange markings that matches up with these markings. And I pull out the dagger and I hold it up for everyone to see.
And what Defect shows you all is a dagger that has like a chisel tip. It looks almost like a miniature buster sword. But on the pommel, or on the hilt guard, is an emblem of like a starburst with like 6 starbursts coming out of it. And the other thing in his other hand is a slightly elongated rectangle with the same image imprinted on it of the starburst.
This image is significant because
It's in 2 places.
Because it was found on me. So
Yeah,
this
and we
might-
found out that even if it's not in his pocket, it doesn't actually affect anything that we noticed. Unlike the wolf totem.
Correct.
you
This
removed the wolf
might-
totem.
It was an experiment.
For science.
That's fair. That tracks.
But finding out more about this might lead me to discover who I am.
Right, because you woke up where?
On the coast of... Help me.
Near,
all right?
near Winton, right?
Yeah. So, Defect, you woke up, or well, your first memories are of walking out of the water on the wiped coast.
Wiped coast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just couldn't remember where exactly he woke up.
Yeah.
There it is. Yep.
Which, for reference, is the easternmost coast of Johanna. So you're a long way from there at the moment.
How far out of the library have we made it by the time he tells us this?
That's up to Defect. Like,
It was right at the door. You can totally just turn around and walk back.
No, I'm not going back to say it probably ever again, to be honest. But we are surrounded by books. I wonder if Spook might go hunting for, I don't know, something with imagery, and maybe see if he can find something about that symbol.
Yeah.
Catalog.
How long do you want to spend looking in the library for this?
How long do we have? What are we doing today?
I imagine we need to eat at some point.
I'll meet you later at the tavern tonight for dinner. I think I might spend a little time here, and I'm a little overdoing some meditation and reflection. Could I see that image one more time, Defect? I'm going to sort of sketch it in my journal, if that's okay.
Of course, Spoot. Hand him the paperweight.
Yeah.
I'll try to...
It's about the size of a coin. It's not a perfect square. Like, two of the vertices are like, it's not acute. It's obtuse. Is that the right word?
Bigger than a 90-degree angle, then yes.
Yes, bigger than a 90-degree angle, and so like one corner is like elongated, so it's kind of almost teardrop shaped, except it's 4 straight edges,
Oh, that's cute.
and just like ever so slightly. So like it's not like it's a massive difference. It's just enough.
Okay, I'll sketch it to the best of my abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem.
And yeah, I'll just sort of like leave them, and I'll remain at the library.
All right, cool. So you go hunting for imagery, symbology, insignia, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
I'm a knowledge cleric. It's something I would do, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an investigation check, and you can have advantage because you're looking in a library.
Love it.
Here I was gonna give you enhanced ability, but I guess not.
I was gonna give myself in guidance as well. Did I roll the right thing? I did. I just need to roll it twice.
Mhm.
Well, that sucks. I guess I really do need that guidance.
Okay, cool. So,
Oh, wow.
so what did you get in total?
I got a 9. 4 and 9.
All right. Well, cool. Then you spend hours and hours and hours combing through all of the books looking for insignia, and an insignia that has this imagery with it. Meanwhile, what's everybody else doing?
What time is it?
It's like 1 o'clock, we'll say, in the afternoon.
Lunch.
Great. You go, you can get lunch wherever you want. There are street vendors. There are, there's the tavern that you go to all the time. There are other taverns around.
I'm gonna go to that taco truck that's kind of sketchy. You don't know if you should get the taco from it.
Yeah,
But it's there and you're hungry.
there's a little skeezy fish roll-up stand over
Not
on the
the
way.
fish. I'm not Spoot.
I
I'll go
mean,
find
it's
myself a squirrel.
It's a fish town, so
Right.
They-
Vegetarian time. Let's go.
They have vegetarian options. It's filled with peppers and mushrooms.
There we go.
But yeah, if you want to eat at the food roll-up stand, yeah, you can do that. It's like a silver, and we'll get you tons of food. So
Yeah, why not? I'm a goblin.
great. Yeah, you have a field day with it. The kind of messy, dirty little boy who is like running the stand for his mom because she's homesick is like, "Oh, thanks. It was really appreciated. Here's the food. Yeah, come back anytime. Thanks." And you all are heroes in his eyes.
Okay. See you later, kid.
Yeah. About 2 hours later, you all feel really bad in the stomach.
Of course.
Sounds about right.
Anyway, fast forward through dealing with that fiasco. What is there anything else you'd like to accomplish today?
No.
Not really. At some point, Grrrig is going to very quietly be like, "Where were you the other day?" To Defect. Like, why did you go looking for someone else?
I thought that this person would have more information about me. I could not help but have a feeling that she was the one who gave me this paperweight.
Scary. Showed up in the middle of the night and snuck in so sneakily?
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say it's scary though, because she didn't harm me.
Okay.
And
Next time
just
if
a
you want
note
help, I'll
here-
help. I'll help look.
Just a note here because it has been a while. Defect, the form who dropped that in your hand did not look like the individual you met. Like, did not have the long brown hair. They were mostly hidden in a cloak, but there was, I don't know, they didn't look exactly alike.
Gotcha. Then I retract my statement and say instead that maybe she is connected to this person who tossed me this paperweight.
Okay. If you need help, I can help.
Of course, Grrrig. I will always rely on you.
Okay. I don't feel so good. I'm gonna go to the outhouse.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great either.
All right, you take care of business and and move on forward. The sun begins to set over time, and you can head on over to the above decks for dinner. Meanwhile, Spoot, you have spent hours in the library searching for this iconography, and you've had no success. There are many recorded images of like heraldry with stars or sunbursts and such things, but nothing matching this specific item or the shape of this item that you have sketched.
That also tracks. And I will spend some time in quiet reflection and meditation and probably cursing.
Yeah,
Soft cursing and awkward,
that's fine. But the sun is beginning to set. It looks like it's getting to be late afternoon, early evening. So you can head on over to the above decks to meet up with your friends if you so desire.
Yeah, is there some decent looking food stand somewhere on the way that sells fish?
Yeah,
All of
absolutely. Fish is a very popular street food here. Go ahead, make a quick perception check.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, looking around, you see a few like dodgy ones. Like there's one with this like dirty little boy who's like selling like fish roll-ups that, as intriguing as that sounds, like doesn't look too sanitary.
I did not prepare cleanse food and water.
Yes, anti-E. coli. But you move a few blocks down, and you find a tiefling woman who has like a whole like kebab setup going with like full fish on sticks that are roasting with spices and stuff. And she's happy to sell you a couple of these fish for like, for 1 silver you can get 2 really nice whole fish.
Oh, hell yeah. 1 silver it is.
Cool. Great. So yeah, you munch on that on your way over to the tavern. You all meet up, have dinner. If you're staying here, you spend the 2 golds for the night. That includes your meal.
I go home and I tell Kaylin everything.
Kaylin is in awe for multiple reasons. 1, that you apparently went back in time, and 2, that you saw Lytrol and interacted, and 3, just the events that you describe are incredible to him. He is shocked. And in a way, when you're done telling him what happens, he kind of stares at you for a few moments, and then rushes at you and gives you a big hug, and is like, "Adis, do you know what this means?
They could be out there.
The rest could be alive, or at least their descendants could be out there. We might not be the last."
Yeah, and I talked to Seda. I could possibly work on trying to find them on the astral plane. I'm just not great at magic, so it would probably be a little difficult. But I can try once a day.
He puts a hand on your cheek. He's like, "If there's one thing you are, it's
Stubborn?
tenacious," is what I was going to say. "And I have faith that you can do anything you set your mind to."
Oh. Thanks, I think.
It was meant as a compliment.
Well, setting my mind to tenacious?
Yeah. You've got gumption.
Wow. Okay, Grandma.
Hey,
Gumption.
you're just, you put your mind on something and you go for it. You know what I mean?
Yes. I appreciate it.
Good. Well, I had a very interesting day talking with Relgan and that scorpion guy.
Rendy. Yes.
Yeah, Rendy.
Rendy.
He's a character.
Grrrig hates Rendy.
I can understand that. They're very alike.
Ah! The shade.
Well, they both talk a lot and think of themselves very highly. So
That's fair.
So I can see how they would butt heads. That's all.
That's fair. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah. They're not like the same person. They just have similar qualities. But Relgan and I caught up a little bit. He spent the entire time since that spell storm wandering blind, being turned to glass, like until you found him, he didn't know what was going on. No one could communicate with him. He couldn't hear anything. He would just occasionally get hit by things and have to fight for his life.
Yeah. It's not, can certainly see it as an uneasy existence. I mean, now at least he can know where he's going, because Rendy is constantly talking to him, but also Rendy's constantly talking to him. I'm sure that he's bound to be driven mad at some point, and we'll have to handle that.
I asked him about that, actually. He pretty much was like, after 1,000 years of not hearing anything, it's a nice change.
Well, now Grrrig can talk in his mind too, although I don't know how comforting that is.
I'm sure every little bit helps. But I am worried about him. It's obvious he's been depressed for a long time, and if you hadn't found him, who knows what would have happened. He's definitely not the same man that he used to be when he was the head of the Fey Warden.
I mean, no, it's when you're blind and deaf and can't feel anything literally for 1,000 years. I don't expect much else to happen. But at least we have the researchers now who might be able to start looking into things and possibly have a book on something.
Yeah, the Ionians, they are very willing and very helpful. I'm kind of impressed, actually. But let's not talk of sad things anymore, because I've got something on my mind. And he leans in, and we fade to black on you two.
Wait, hold on. Spook, are you sending a sending spell? Just to check.
Adis, I have something very important. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Wonderful. So the evening goes on. You all get your rest. You can get a long rest in. Mark off gold if you stayed the night in the tavern.
What is the daily allow on that again? Sorry.
It's 2 gold per day.
The feeling Spoot has not been paying his tab.
So is anyone waking up like at the crack of dawn, or are you all kind of sleeping in a little bit?
Spoot is.
Okay, Spoot. You wake up at the crack of dawn, and what are you doing? Are you like leaving, or are you going out on an errand, or are you just gonna meditate?
That's a good question. I was going to stay in the room and meditate, but I actually think that I might like leave a little note for the tavern owner that I have just gone out, and I'm going to try to do a bit of a morning walk and see if I can clear my head some.
Yeah, you can leave a note. He's got one of his serving women down there, so you can tell her, leave a note with her for your friends. That's fine. As you exit, you hear all kinds of commotion and stuff in the streets, and you kind of are drawn towards it. Like you had thought this was going to be introspective, but this commotion is constant and it's a buzz. Like anyone who's out is rushing past you, like something's going on.
I go
What
back
floor is
inside
it?
and close my door.
What was that?
No, I feel like this happened for a reason now. So I'm going to try to get within a safe distance of the commotion.
Yeah. Yeah, you follow the crowd, and as you turn around the corner of a certain building that was pretty tall and kind of blocking your view, you can see down by the docks, and you see people rushing towards it, and you see something that you have never seen before in Fay Harbor. You see that a strange tower has appeared either overnight or at the dawn or something, but it is a single tall spire that is glistening like a pearl down right at the edges of the coast by the dock. And there are people rushing that way.
I will slowly follow to get a closer look.
Yeah. Yeah. The closer you get, the size of the tower becomes more and more evident. It towers above any other structure here.
I mean, does it look like it's made of natural materials?
I mean, it looks like pearl. Like it is glistening like pearl.
But it looks like it's actually made of pearl. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
How far is it? It's out in the ocean. It's out in the water.
It's not in the water. It's right on the coastline by the docks.
Oh, wow. It's very close. Okay, sure. Let's venture a little closer and see.
Yeah, as you approach following the crowds, you can see that there is like a bunch of city guards have shown up. There's all this hubbub going around. Make a perception check for me. What'd you get?
16.
Great. So with a 16, you hear all these. Nobody has a clue what is going on with this thing. No one's ever seen it before. There's people who think it might be, dangerous. There's people who think it might be special or magical. There's people who think it might be, like a godly gift of some kind. There's all kinds of theories running around. No one's ever seen anything like it. And you hear guards as you are walking, as they're rushing past people. Make way, make way! Clearing the way, rushing down. As you get closer and closer, you can see that it seems like the guards have set up a perimeter. Probably like 50 feet away from the base of this tower. And you can see that there is a door in the tower. It appears to be made of the same material and kind of seamlessly set into it. Except the only real indication that it's a door is that it's got a gold knob.
It sounded like someone chuckled. Yeah, could I approach one of the guards?
Yeah, you approach one of the guards at the perimeter. He's like, sorry, you gotta keep back for your own protection, eh?
Yeah, I understand. I'm so sorry to bother you, but when did this appear? Have I been gone for a long time?
Well, no. According to all reports, it appeared with the dawn. So we just need to do some investigating and make sure it's not trouble or nothing.
Oh, yes, sure. Has anything or anyone come out of it yet?
Nope.
Has anyone gone in?
Nope.
Sorry, I should introduce myself. I'm Spoot. I've aided Seda Malor at the library on some research task. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.
Well, Spoot, nice to meet you. I'm Simon.
Nice to meet you, Simon.
Yeah. Well, you can be most helpful just by staying back and letting us professionals do our job and keep everybody safe.
I understand. Okay, well, thank you. And have a good day, Simon.
Yeah, good day, Spoot. And he kind of like goes back to like there's a little kid who tries to sneak by. He's like, hey you! And he kind of like rushes after the kid. Kicks him back into the crowd.
Spoot is gonna attempt a stealth check. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you wanna? Yes, let the big stealthy turtle move through the open space that everybody can see.
Just land and start crawling in the sand.
Cool. Soon enough, as you're kind of down here, kind of watching with the crowd that keeps growing and growing as more people wake up and hear about what's going on, a few carriages show up, and you recognize one individual and his retinue walking from like the closer side of the docks district, just past it. You recognize the Commodore himself. Stepping out of one of the carriages, you also recognize Alua Green Needle. Coming up with a larger battalion of reinforcements of guards, you recognize that same guard captain that came to see you while you were in holding and was at your trial, with the kind of like shaved bald head and the half plate that has the like spiked pauldrons or spiked whatever over the shoulders. You recognize him as Targal Quartermain. He's the head of the city guard. You also see an older, well-dressed human step out of a carriage, and you see a little halfling as well. You recognize that this is all 5 members of the council, all 5 chairs, and they've all shown up here this morning. And you can see Targal talking with a couple of guards, and then he addresses the 4 other chairs. They have a discussion, and they all kind of nod and agree, and they begin to approach the tower like as a group. You see that Targal leads the way, followed by Alua and the Commodore, while the halfling and the other human male kind of hang back like a step or so behind the others, because it looks like they are not like used to danger necessarily, the unknown. The Commodore has kind of an energetic step, an energeticness to his step. Alua is the Baroness is a model of composure and purpose and poise. Like, she's highborn, there's not really nobility yet, but like she's probably the closest thing there is to it. And Targal is a tough old bird who's done everything, so he's not bothered. Um, but you see that as they approach, the door opens, and you see a young human woman step out. Long, long brown hair, done intricately into two braids that she's got thrown over the front of her shoulders. And she kind of waves and bows to them all. And it looks like you're not too far away, like it's 50 feet away. She's not trying to be necessarily quiet about it. But you do hear, and like she's got long brown hair that's kind of done in two braids, kind of bushy, very dark skin, brilliant green eyes, big smile across her face. Like she's very attractive, but she's also looks to be young, like probably younger than 20. But you hear, "Greetings. I am Tristra, the assistant for the great mage Imolad. I assume you are the leaders of the city?" And they all reply yes. "Excellent. We have come here to stay." And all of the chairs just kind of look at each other. And you hear the Commodore, "Well, I do say, that's a bit much to just sort of pull up one's tower into someone else's bit of coastline, don't you think? Surely a letter or something. And if there's this Imolad, where is he?" And she's like, "Oh, yes. Well, Imolad will be right down. He's just finishing up a few things. He'll be right with you. Don't you worry." And sure enough, after a few moments of them kind of awkwardly staring, while Trista is very calmly and smiley, just kind of standing happy there, the door opens again. And you see a very strange figure come out of the tower, Spoot. Probably 3 feet tall, a little shorter than Grrrig. You see coming out in these robes that are very vibrantly green and black and yellow.
Those are villain colors.
Yeah. With red skin and kind of black dot markings and stripes. A tiny little frog-looking person.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh.
And as you can see, like as he walks, like his knees are like extra bendy, like he steps down a little bit with each step forward. And he's walking. He's got a big amulet that's like covers half of his chest. And he kind of walks out a little bit. And you hear him introduce himself as Imolad. And he goes, "Hello, I am Imolad. I am a great mage, and I have come to Fey Harbor because I've never been to a place like it before.
I love him.
I am sorry for coming unannounced, but here is all the paperwork and everything, and I am also going to pay some entry fees because I figure you have taxes and stuff here, yes?" And the entire council is just like, what the fuck's going on? But he magically floats over a little bag into the Commodore's hand. "As you can see, it's just a little bit of a welcoming gift from myself to you for welcoming me to your town. I am very interested to be here. And they are just, they don't know what to make of it. This frogman is talking to them. Um, the first to recover composure is Targle. And you over here, um, well, it's fine. Uh, you don't plan any dangerous experiments or anything like that, do you? Oh, no. I'm just going to live here. It seems nice. There's all kinds of people, and I've never been to a place like this before. Good. And he kind of like looks at the other chairs, and they all kind of like nod and shrug. And you can see the Commodore has poured out the contents of the pouch, all kinds of gemstones. And you see him shove them back in real quick, and he hands them to Alua. Well, if there's not much else to talk about, I look forward to getting to know you all much better. But I have some things cooking upstairs, and I really shouldn't let them go for too long. Uh, well, I do say, quite nice to meet you, Mage Imolad. I'm sure we'll make something more formal, once you get settled in here, I suppose. And, well, welcome to Fey Harbor. Oh, thank you very much. Come along, Tristra. And he kind of walks, kind of that up and down walk back into his tower. Trista smiles over her shoulder and bows again and closes the door. The council huddles up for a minute, and then you hear Targle be like, all right, everybody disperse. Come on, get out of here. And the guards start pushing people away, and people start leaving. But everybody's talking about that weird frog mage.
Weird frog mage indeed. I think it's time to go back to the tavern.
Yeah.
The frog mage has gone back inside
His tower.
And council members have gotten back inside their coach.
Yeah, it seems like they're still kind of talking, but like they've given the like get out of here to everybody else.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to interrupt that. All right, let's go back to the tavern and see if anyone else is awake.
Yeah. So you head on back to the tavern. Meanwhile, everybody else, are you awake by this point? It's probably an hour past sunrise at this point.
I would say I would.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Great. So, Grrrig and Defect, you awaken, head downstairs, have some breakfast. You do hear muttering around the tavern you hear muttering in the tavern from other people who are there about this tower that has appeared out of nowhere. Adis, when you wake up with Kalen, he seems much better. Like the damage that he took from that explosion seems to have healed, and he seems to be fully himself again. And as he opens the windows to the little, like, it's not so much a balcony as it is like a larger windowsill, but he opens up the curtains and looks out, and he goes, holy shit! Babe.
Yes.
There's a tower over there.
What are you talking about? Oh.
Yeah, and you see this large pearl tower up by the docks.
I'm gonna get ready and head over there.
I think I should probably check in with the guard as well. All right. And so you two get ready and you head off on your ways. Are you going to check out the tower, or are you going to the tavern?
I would go to the tavern first because I know that's where everybody's sleeping.
Yeah, you and Spoot end up like meeting each other at the corner and then heading into the tavern together. By the timing of all this, and you find Grrrig halfway through a breakfast, or 3/4 of the way through a breakfast, and Defect just kind of staring at a probably mostly full plate that's been picked or mostly empty plate that's mostly been picked over by Grrrig in the first place.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, you're all together with this tower news.
So we're gonna go check it out, right?
That's what we usually do.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. So you head on over to the Pearl Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, you head over there. There's not a perimeter anymore, but you can tell that there's still like a few guards hanging out to chase away onlookers. But nobody is like stopping anyone from going up to the door to knock. Like a couple people do, and like there's no answer.
Knock again.
Yeah, so you go up and you approach.
Yes.
Cool. You hear a voice kind of whisper, this kind of melodic voice. Yes.
Hi. My name's Adis. I happen to see your tower. I'm just want to talk. I'm very curious. Seeing as you weren't there yesterday.
I'm sorry. Do you have business?
Well, we're kind of, I was hoping if you have this magic, you can maybe assist us with knowing something. God, why am I drawing a blank? How much do I say and how much do I not?
That is up to you.
I'm sure whoever owns this tower is very knowledgeable, and I was hoping they could help me find the downfall of my tribes 1,000 years ago.
One
possible
moment,
remnants.
please.
Okay.
And the voice kind of just tapers off. And then you hear a click and the door opens and a young-looking human woman, kind of a little bit shorter than average, very dark skin, dark brown hair in like two braids kind of thrown over the front of her shoulders, deep green eyes, or well, bright green eyes, I should say. Ah, so you want to be known about the past, do you?
Well, I have an idea of the past that I lived in. And we had a vision of one of the tribes being destroyed by spell storms.
Ah,
However, there's other tribes out there, and I don't know if you know anything about it.
well, I'm sure not one for knowing all these things, but I'm sure the great Imolad can help you out. Now, you're looking for research on some spell storms. Well, Master Imolad is quite knowledgeable in such things. Why don't you come on in now? Come on in, dearies. Everybody, is this all of you? You have 4.
Yes.
All right, everybody in, everybody. And she's got this big bright smile and she just waves you all in. And you hear behind you people like gasping, "Oh, they're going in, they're going in." And you enter and she closes the door. Inside you find a lovely like reception room, essentially. Like think fancy doctor's office, but like warmer. Like not like neutral gray tones, like warm, like browns and like a little bit of red orange kind of in there. It's very vibrant, but also soothing. And she's like, "Just come this way, don't you?" And so you follow her up, and she walks down a hallway, and then steps into a room that is the shape of a lily pad.
Love it.
Come on in, everybody, get on the pad, please.
get on the pad.
Yeah, you all step onto the pad. All right, everybody. Hold on, don't be surprised. And the pad begins to lift up and raise, and like a growing lily pad almost, like rising out of the water. And up you go. And after a few minutes, she opens up another door, and you step out into a room that is humid and hot, and uh, it's got like fires going and like water falls on one side. Uh, it's made to look like a cozy like bayou area almost.
Spoot, is this where you grew up?
This exact tower? No.
Well, I've never been to this kind of environment. It's very sticky.
Humid, I think, is the word you're looking for.
I hate it.
Can Grrrig try to figure out how the lily pad works? Is it really a plant growing? Is it something else?
Make an Arcana
That's where
check.
Grigg's mind is right now.
Yeah, totally. Make an Arcana check. What do you get?
14.
It's definitely magical, but you can't figure out if it's a plant that actually moves or if it's just like another kind of spell that like is something that rises up. You're not really sure. Cool. So you enter into this room, and you can tell that it is like it's hot, it's humid, and you see like on the other side there's a little hut in the room, and this woman walking you right to this. By the way, my name is Tristra, and who are you all? You said you were 80s, didn't you? And the rest
Or
of you?
Grrrig and the Misfits.
And which one of you be
Like,
Grrrig
I
then?
suppose.
That's me.
So you're Grrrig. And these are all misfits? You don't have your own names?
No, we have our names. It's just we do a lot of work helping people out, and they ask what to refer to us as.
Ah, you got yourselves an adventuring party. Very good, very good. I'm sure the Master Imolad will be happy to know.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And as you kind of walk through the area, you see that there are like vines creeping up. Spoot, it almost feels like it feels similar to home to you, except it's not like dank and mossy, swampy. It's just like hot, humid, wet, and very very different foliage than what you are used to. Like it doesn't look anything like the swamps necessarily, although it feels similar.
I might just muse aloud to Ada since he asked that. There are things that are similar about the swamp, but it doesn't look at all like where I'm from, and just a similar climate.
My leather armor has never hugged me so tightly, and I hate it.
You're starting to smell.
I can smell myself.
So you all kind of cross like a river that's kind of running from this waterfall, and like you do it by hopping over stones. Like there's no bridge, and you can see that Tristra also jumps over the stones to kind of show you the way. But you go into the little hovel or little hut on the other side, and inside it is an entirely different environment inside. It is well maintained, it is clean, it is immaculately organized, and there are just towering shelves of like books and weird objects and trinkets and plants and just kind of whatever, and they're all kind of organized. Like you don't know what the organization is, but you can tell that there's something to it. And at a little round desk with a bunch of papers and books open and stuff, you see this little red-skinned frog dude in yellow, green, and black robes. And he kind of looks up and he's like, "Oh, Trista, you brought some people already. Well, isn't that nice? Hello, my name is Imolad. How can I help you today?"
I'm Adis. This is Grrrig, Defect, and Spoot.
Hello, it is
Uh,
nice to meet you all.
You as well.
Are
we
you
just
from
have,
Fay Harbor?
we
Kinda?
reside here currently. From here, no.
Oh, but you weren't sent by the council.
No, we're just the city's adventuring party, more or less.
Oh, how interesting. Where are you from then?
That's a loaded question. They're from, I already forgot where Grrigan.
Winton.
Winton.
Oh, I've
right.
never been there either. Is it nice?
No.
Oh, okay, then I won't go there.
Defect doesn't know where he's from.
That's interesting, I suppose.
Boot is from a place that's similarly as what you call it, humid.
Human, yes. The swamps of Logbrail. Have you been there by any chance?
No,
I think you might.
but I have met many turtles in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
there's tons of them from where I'm from.
Where are you from, if you don't mind me
Oh, I'd
asking?
rather not talk about that, please.
Okay, fair enough.
Vicious.
Yeah, okay. Spook will start twiddling his thumbs.
Oh, don't misunderstand. It's not that I don't like turtles. It's far from it. I just don't like talking about where I'm from.
Understandable, I suppose. Well, I think you might like where I'm from, and if you like turtles at all, then you would find great company there.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Well, now that I know all of you, what can I do for you? What?
No, sorry.
How's that lily pad thing work? Are you growing a plant or are you floating like a pad? Or is it not even actually a pad? It just looks like one.
Oh, it's a spell. It's a enchantment. It's called a floating disc, and I cast it so it looks like a lily pad, and I did it enough though it's now a permanent fixture of my home.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this place is quite impressive.
Oh, thank
Very
you.
shiny.
Yeah, I like the pearls, so I thought when I was making it, I might as well make it a pearl.
Yes. So, as I'm sure you're aware, due to the spell storms, lots of limit knowledge has been lost. And to make this kind of tower, and to make this tower appear suddenly out of nowhere, I'm sure you have at least a lot of power or knowledge, or both.
Well, I know a few things, that's true, and I guess I'm powerful because I can do some tricks. But, I don't like to show off, really.
Well, I mean, making your tower just appear on the coastline is quite a big show.
Oh, it took a lot of effort.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, I'm pretty
But-
tired.
Your assistant, I'm assuming, they said that you're pretty knowledgeable of spell storms.
Oh, sure, I've done all kinds of research into all manner of things, including the spell storms.
Do you know anything about the shit? The stones that they leave behind sometimes.
Oh, you mean the fragments.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Why do you want to know?
How
Do the fragments imbue things with power specific to the spellstorms? Because I've heard that the spellstorms all had different effects.
Oh, well, yeah, they can. Essentially, each of the fragments is from one of the shards, you know. And the shards, well, they each had different abilities based on their color. So the fragments have those powers. In a much reduced scale, of course, because they're much smaller.
I see. What are those colors?
Well, there's red and blue and green and yellow and orange and indigo and violet and blue.
Huh.
Roy
do they
G.
do?
Biv.
Yeah, that's pretty
What did
good.
you call him?
Oh, it's just something I learned in school. Roy G. Biv.
What do they do?
Well, it depends on which one you want to know about.
All of them.
But let's say we've let's start with red.
That's the beginning of that list, yes.
Yeah. Well, the red shard is called the blood shard, don't you know? And
Don't you know?
oh yeah.
I
so-
What
hate
is
it.
this? I
it-
love this voice.
Well, thank you. This is just how I talk. Anyway, the blood shard is used has powers over healing but also over pain.
Okay, sure.
Then there's the orange shard, which is the mind shard, and it can create powerful illusions and reveal deep truths, or it's a mentally kind of focused shard.
Sure. Interesting. I guess yellow is next, right?
That would be the sway shard, yeah.
Sway. What sway? Like a swing?
Oh, sway, like it changes things. It can empower things to grow or be corrupted. Uh, just change things into other things.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. Then
Flat out changes it, or like changes the properties.
yeah, it can do either of them. It kind of depends. These shards are the shards are very powerful artifacts. They are only in existence because of uh, gods getting angry and destroying the Progenum Incanterium.
The what?
The Arcanum Progentaris.
Does that ring a bell?
Make
Yeah,
a history check.
I'm curious too.
Anyone can make a history check on that one.
The Arcanum. What?
What?
Arcanum Progentaris.
Apparently, Grrrig knows.
Wow.
With a natural 20 for a total of 24, Grrrig, you don't know anything about it.
That was a bait. That was a trick. He trapped us. It was a trap.
Greg grew up in a household of that item.
Right. Cool. I haven't heard of that before.
Did 17?
Never heard of it.
Oh.
Well, the Arcanum Progentaris was the crystal that was created by the god of magic back in, prehistory. And, well, it is where Nuuli got its magic from. It was the source of all magical abilities, arcane in nature. And, well, the other gods were happy enough to let mortals play with it, but ultimately one of the gods, well, died somehow and was replaced by a mortal who used the Progentaris to ascend to godhood in a way. And the other gods didn't like that when it happened, and so they came along and they destroyed it. And it broke it up into the 7 shards that we now have. Or, well, we used to have. And then the shards were very sought after for their power for millennia, as you might deduce. But ultimately, the Ibn decided that they would try to reform the Arcanum Progentaris in order to gain more power for themselves.
Does that ring a bell? The Ibn?
Adis, to you, yes, the Ibn rings a bell. You know that all wizards were part of this society back in your youth called the Ibn.
So it's the boys' club.
Yeah. It's the country club of magic users.
Okay. Cute, cute. Love it.
Yep. And well, the Ibn, they got the various shards together in various ley line locations on the focal points and attempted to merge them together. It didn't go very well. The resulting explosions are what caused the spell storms and all sorts of destruction and geographical upheaval across all of Nuuli, really.
That's crap.
Yeah, it was bad for a long time.
So everything got destroyed because they tried to get greedy.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like trying to undo what gods did is a bad idea.
Huh. Huh.
Couldn't
So
have
what's the
seen that
green
coming.
do?
Oh, the green shard? Oh, that is the surge shard. It is known to enhance and empower things. People, creatures, places.
So that we're giving that one to defect.
What do you
And
mean?
then let me think. Blue
That's
is the next
inner
one.
speaking.
Oh, yes. Blue is the purge shard. It has the power to restore and cleanse and kind of undo or reverse things that have been done.
Interesting. And that works like even if another shard, because the yellow shard could do the changing, but the blue shard could undo it.
Potentially.
Do you think anything the yellow shard does could be done by anything weaker than the shard, or does the shard have to do a shard?
Oh, I don't know, but that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, right?
Oh, well.
Science.
Well, it's more magic, really, but I guess it's scientific in a way.
Well, I mean, like, because there's an experiment, like, you're finding out what's happening, and, like, in science, you do that.
That is true.
Magic is science. Just in a different
Science
form.
is magic.
Yeah, I guess it is in a way. I never
you don't
really
know
thought
it-
about it before, but you got a point.
Okay, so then what's after blue? Biv.
Indigo.
Indigo.
Yeah, that's the drain shard, and it takes and absorbs and captures and takes things.
That doesn't sound fun.
I guess it's in how you use it.
I mean, I guess, but, like, I don't know. When you drain it, what do you do with it?
It's just gone when you drain it.
But then that's such a waste.
Hmm.
Weird.
I suppose it depends.
So then
That
what's
shard
violet?
really sucks.
Oh,
But,
well, the violet. What was that? Sorry.
I said that shard really sucks.
There it is.
We didn't get any axe puns today, so that one had to suffice.
Yeah.
So you asked about the violet one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the violet one, that is the null shard. It is most interesting, really, because it negates all magical properties and abilities in a way. It's sort of the undo button. Not that I really know what that is, but it sounds like the right thing to say.
So it just says no. Any magic you do, even the shard magic, it just says no.
I've not had the ability to test it. I've never had or located a piece of it, but in theory, it can undo things or at least stop effects from happening.
So, like, if you were draining something, but the violet null shard was there instead, you wouldn't be able to drain it. But once you had drained it, would it go back? Like, if it was, like, life or energy or something?
I don't know.
Or
but
does
that
it
would be
just
interesting
not
to find
take
out.
any more? Oh my gosh, yes!
Mm-hmm.
Greg's best friend.
That's part of my research, is figuring out how these things might work.
That's really cool. How do you figure it out?
Well, I've done a lot of reading and a lot of gathering stories and first-hand accounts, and I've met people who have items or whatever that have pieces of the shards. I've tried to purchase a few, but they've not really been very willing to let them go.
Were they powerful?
Well, they're items containing these fragments, so I assume so.
No, but like the people you tried to get them from.
Some were powerful, some just had, a very nice thing.
Why don't you just take it?
Well, because that's stealing.
Greg,
Oh.
some people have morals.
Morals are different than that.
Stealing is a moral.
No,
Not
no.
stealing.
That's like, no. Sometimes stealing is moral because you have to steal to have the thing that you need.
I don't think that's how that
No.
works.
We're gonna have to talk about this later.
What? If you can't steal but you don't have enough, then you steal it. But if you couldn't, then you just
If you
would
don't
never have
have
enough, and
enough-
then you die.
Right. That's
And then
what
if you
morals.
couldn't fix and find out about the important thing, like does the null shard actually give something back after the drain shard takes it, or does it just make it not drain anymore? That's a really important question, because what if the Ibn do this thing again and then we're all in trouble and we all die?
Well,
And
I don't think there's.
And that is a good place for us to ponder, a good thing for us to ponder while we take our break. So we will be back in 5 minutes, everyone. Thank you for sticking around with us. Have fun in chat. Say hi to our new great mod. I've got it. And I hope you're all having a good time, because it's great to have you back, Defect. But we will be right back, everybody. Hello, everyone. We are back from break. Thanks for sticking around. You're the best ever. So where we left off, Grrrig and party were having some discussions with Imolad about the shards and the fragments of them that they have recovered, or at least found one of, potentially. So as you are all gathered around this, you're all kind of standing around this table as Imolad has been talking with Grrrig and Adis. Defect and Spoot, let's check in with you two. What are you up to?
Mike, you're muted.
You're muted.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry. During this whole conversation, I would say Defect is just standing there listening. What he does want to do, if there's an opening, is ask if this wizard knows about the symbol that he received, this paperweight coin thing. If he's seen it before.
So you show it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. Well, gee, I'm sorry, but I've never seen that symbol before. There's been a lot of various heraldry over the centuries that have used similar iconography, but none exactly like that before.
So Defect is from space.
There are usually hints about stuff in iconography. Often stars are indicative of being either celestial descended or otherwise from a higher plane of being, or some miraculous sort of origin story. So it could be something like that is related to this design.
So you're saying I could be an angel?
I mean, I guess stranger things have happened. I've certainly never seen a talking construct like you before.
Okay. Defect will put the stuff back into his pockets and say, "Well, I guess we're done here."
Oh, okay. I've been having a really nice time.
But wait,
Need anything picked
Matt,
up
you're
for you?
muted. Matt, you're still muted. Sorry.
why are you here?
Because I haven't been here before, and I like to be and experience new and different places. It's a lot of fun.
Do you want to go out to a bar with us?
It's a little early, isn't it?
Not by our timetable.
I'm pretty sure it's only like a couple hours past dawn, and that seems really early to drink for me.
Right, but we have a saying here that it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
What does that mean? I've never heard anything like that before.
We learn something new every day.
That's true. That's one of the best parts about going to new places. You learn new things.
Well, they have this great tradition here called brunch.
Ooh, I
love that we're making up traditions about a place that we've spent a grand total of 2 weeks in.
Yes.
I've heard brunch. It's a nice thing. Is it the right day for that?
You can have it any day.
Oh,
It's
well,
just
all right
they
then.
don't display the menu.
Oh, I guess that's one way to do it, I suppose.
I do have other slight question. Have you seen or read about anybody with marks like these? And I'll point to the mark on my face.
You're a wizard, Adis.
He inspects
Right?
and he kind of like, do you mind if I touch your face?
No, that's fine. I appreciate you asking.
Oh, sure. It's good to ask these things. Some people are really touchy about touching. And he goes to touch your face, and he's like, oh, wait a minute. And he kind of says, Trista, can you get... Oh, thank you. And you see Trista hands over like a cloth that is damp with something, and he kind of like wipes his hands off, and you see a little bit of like mucus like leave his hand,
Cute.
and then he goes and like touches your face on your mark there. He's like, and you see his eyes kind of like spin for a moment. Oh, that's interesting. That's a dragon mark. I have seen, well, a couple of people with these, but not too many. I've read more about them than I have experience with them.
When, where did you see them?
Oh, in far off places. There is an island on the north coast of Sorbonne, which is a whole nother continent from here, that is filled with dragons, and they have, well, we'll say servants, but they're probably more like slaves. That some of them get high up enough in esteem that they get given these as marks of favor.
Well, these were given to those charged with protecting this, at least on this continent, this plane of existence from the others. I specifically was trained in the Feywilds. I
Oh.
didn't know if you possibly saw anybody in this continent with them.
Well, I haven't seen a mark exactly like yours before. Just things that have similar attributes to them. I suppose that if these were given to you, you got it from your people and were trained with it. You weren't touched by a dragon.
It's passed down. Not
Oh.
everybody gets it, of course, but certain people can, and it allows you to see these runes that we have hidden all over the continent that let us know where element or planar portals are and where they go.
Oh, that's a handy little way to detect them, I suppose, if you haven't ever had the training. Anyway, it seems like it was probably bestowed upon your ancestors, probably by a gold dragon or maybe a silver one. Silver dragons really like people. So if they charged your tribe with that sort of thing, then that could be a potential source. You know, if you're interested in that kind of thing.
Right. Do you know where to find the silver dragon?
Well, not a specific silver dragon, but they tend to like to live in like high cold places, like mountaintops, but they're also very sociable. They will often like, well, yeah, they'll often come down and like find people and hang out with them and make friends for a long time. So they might not go back to their home very often,
Right, right.
but they do keep their home secure all the time. It's very interesting. Dragons are very interesting creatures.
Uh, yes, we've encountered one before.
Oh, what kind?
Well, I'm wearing it right now.
Oh, well, blues can be very aggressive, so that's pretty
Yeah,
impressive that you survived.
well, he killed one of our party members, so this is kind of retribution.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's very tough to lose a friend. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, they're with Melora now.
Well, I'm sure that's very comforting to them.
Um, well, unless anybody else has any questions.
I mean, I could probably sit here all week and ask you about the places you've traveled and all this amazing knowledge that you have, but I'm sure that would be a waste of your time.
Well, what do you want to know?
Everything.
I have nothing specific to start with now, but I would say that in terms of our party, I think the most interesting things we've been trying to discover is the nature of the origins of Defect here and Natus, which seem to be the most mysterious.
Well, I know where I'm from.
Well, I'm sorry. I should say the nature of the origin of Defect, and then what happened to Natus's homeland.
Well,
That's lost to the spell storms, it seems.
probably. The spell storms are very destructive things. They could wipe out entire towns and cities. even empires. They could cause new parts of land to come up out of the ocean, or old parts of land to become mountains or valleys, or sink away, or turn forest into desert. They really were not very nice things to happen.
Yeah, I noticed a few of those firsthand.
This continent
Um,
was very much affected by it, more so than other places I've seen.
See, that would be fascinating to learn about the other continents you've been to. I hope to one day travel to these. What is your favorite outside of, well, what is your favorite, I suppose?
It's hard to say. There were good things about where I'm from, but overall I didn't like it very much. But Sorbonne is interesting. It's a very war-driven place right now. Lots of people fighting. Lots of weird things going on.
What kind of weird things?
Well,
Politically?
yeah, there's a lot of infighting. There's Genders who hate Lupos, and there's all sorts of tribes all over the place. And cities, and, well, not really cities so much, but large towns, I suppose, like Fay Harbor here. But instead of working together, they're very aggressive, and it's a constant state of tension and warfare. Very conquering sort of area. And allegiances shift all the time.
I'm not sure I would like that. How do you find the world of Nuuli so far?
Well, this is all the world of Nuuli, so it's all the world I know.
Sorry, this continent.
Well, this is my first trip to Johanna, really. I did some research and some scrying, and I was really torn between Fay Harbor, Cliffside, Winton, and Mandarion. And I decided on this one, Fay Harbor. It seemed like it had the most diverse kind of people at the moment and was in the best place to support my tower.
How does it support your power?
My tower.
Tower, not power.
Yeah.
that would be the evil villain line right there. Support my power.
Oh, sorry, that was a evil villain, Freudian slip. Whoops.
Right?
Yeah.
Never mind my color palette in my dress.
Well, I like my tower to be places where I can meet lots of people and do lots of things. And I think one day Mandarian will get there, but there's a lot of building going on right now. And while that's interesting, I don't think that it's really ready to have me there yet, kind of being in the way.
Right, that's fair.
But here, Winton seemed
Just
interesting, but I just, came here instead. Cliffside's really cool because it has it's
cliffs?
well, yeah, the entire city's built into a cliff.
Oh, that's fun.
I was interested because I believe it's all old dwarf ruins that have been taken over by other people now, and is open right to the sea. Their shipping actually sails into a large kind of chasm or crack in the wall of the cliffs. It's very interesting, but there wasn't really a good location for my tower to be because it's all inside the cliffs, and my tower, I like it to be outside.
How does your tower travel, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I put it in a thing. I have to leave the tower, and then I have to speak the right series of incantations, and it kind of shrinks into a little pearl, and then I can put it where I want to go.
Sounds like a large-scale version of our tent.
What tent is that?
Oh, just something we picked up, I don't know, sometime early in our adventures together, but it shrinks
We
down.
took it
to a
from
little-
some hobgoblins.
Oh, that's interesting. Can I see the tent?
I think Defect's wearing it.
He
Yeah,
turns to look at you.
I have. Yep. And I will
Big eyes.
take off this tent from my back, toss it, and I say the magic word that floats through the air.
Wait,
Oh, maybe
You
don't
can
open
say-
it in here.
So you
It's
say
too late,
the
I
word,
already said it.
and it begins to slowly over 10 minutes open itself up.
Oh,
Wait, do we know Defect can speak Draconic?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
always been able to speak Draconic.
I know, I just didn't know if he ever used it, so I wasn't sure if, like,
Oftentimes he's been like, I speak Draconic, guys. And you all are like, whatever, you're a dumb barbarian.
Yikes.
Yet he
I mean,
speaks the language that none of you do. Except for...
I do.
Right. As it
I'm
takes 10 minutes to
practicing.
unfold, I turn to the wizard and I say, this would be more exciting if it took less time. Just gotta wait 10 minutes.
Oh, well, that's not so bad, really. I guess it takes longer to set up a tent if you're actually doing it.
Well, this one always also stays nice and dry and everything inside.
Oh, that's very handy. Eventually, the tent kind of finishes up, and he goes to approach it. Oh, I'll just take a look inside, unless you mind.
I don't care.
Yeah, he enters and is gone for a few minutes. It comes back out. Oh, that's very interesting. All of the bedrolls are very comfortable, and they don't really move, so you can't take them out. The chest is kind of empty at the moment. Actually, that's not true. The chest had all this stuff in there, and he kind of like makes a list. And it's all the stuff that Defect has in his backpack.
I think that's all your stuff, Defect.
Is that how the tent works? That
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
chest
I guess I
inside
forgot.
becomes the inventory, I think.
Yeah, the chest acts like a regular backpack. So all the stuff that you normally put in your backpack is in the chest.
okay? I forgot, so it makes sense now.
Oh, I don't think we use that part of the tent very often.
No.
No.
But then he kind of like touches the tent with his finger, and you see his eyes kind of go swirly again. Oh, this is very interesting. Oh yeah, that's very nice. This is a very nice tent. I can see how it would be very useful, especially if you are only traveling alone and then you don't have to worry about setting up your tent every night. You can do other things while getting the campsite set up for you.
Exactly. It just is annoying sometimes when it goes so slow. We've had a couple of times where it almost cost us a run-in.
Oh, well, I suppose if you know about it, you can plan for it a little better.
Sometimes, but there's another time where some giants were just like walking through. Or were they trolls? I forget what they were. Ogres?
Well, I don't know.
There's something big. It's a long time ago.
Oh, well, you obviously made it out okay, so that's good.
Yeah. But I don't know. Does anybody else have any questions currently?
No, I'm too overwhelmed with questions to think of anything specifically, unfortunately.
I have too many questions to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
No further questions,
Except-
Your Honor.
Priorities. He doesn't know which one is the top of the list. Well, there's a temple to Ayun. If you ever want to go say hi to the archivist there, his name's Seda.
Oh, well, thanks for letting me know. I don't go out very much. Temples are not really my bag, but maybe I'll go check it out. It could be architecturally interesting.
I mean, it's also the goddess of knowledge, so I'm sure they
That's
might
true.
have a book for you to read. Or I'm sure they would love to hear about your travels.
I bet they would.
I tried Seda, sorry.
Well, I'm sure we've taken up quite a bit of your time. Shall we see ourselves out and let you get back to your setting up? I don't know what you have to do today, but I'm sure you're busy.
Oh, I'm doing my research and my lab work, so kind of busy, but that's okay. I don't mind that you came by.
Well, thank you so-
Tristra knows who to let in and who not to.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Tristra, and thank you for having us as your guest today. It's been an honor.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe I'll see you around sometime.
I hope so. If you're ever in the swamps, I don't know. I was gonna say hey to somebody, but I have nothing built into my backstory, so no one to say hey to.
Well, all right. Well, I'll see you next time. Goodbye. And he just kind of looks down and goes back to like scribbling notes on his paper. Tristra grabs you all and leads you back over the stones, over the river, out of the heat, humid, down the lily pad, out the hallway, out the pearly door with the golden knob. Well, thank you for coming. Oh, that was the wrong accent.
She
Here.
cut.
Thank you for coming. It's totally okay. I can't do a Jamaican accent, which is what I'm trying to give her, because that's what I envision for her, but I'm not good at it. So I apologize to every Jamaican in the universe, because I can't do that. But she thanks you all for your attendance, and unless you want to say anything to her, she shows you out and says goodbye and shuts the door.
I'm done.
Cool. Yeah, she shuts the door. What do y'all do? It's like 11:30 in the morning.
Brunch? Anyone?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's time to drink. It's 5
Well, I
o'clock.
mean, I don't think we got breakfast because Giant Tower and us rushing over.
Yeah,
Hi.
And
Yeah.
some of us need to eat. Defect.
Ugh.
yeah.
I'm sorry you guys have these things called stomachs.
Technically,
I'm sorry,
you have
too.
one too.
He has a food compartment.
You have taste buds.
You have tried eating in the past, and it has been satisfying.
For the most part, yes, I've been lucky. I don't need to eat. Therefore, it's like, I don't know, having that appendix, right? It's not really there for anything.
Yeah.
Other than be cut out later.
Who knows? Maybe it does serve a purpose, and you just don't know it.
So far, no one's been able to help me.
We
So.
must keep feeding you
I know.
until we find that
So we
one.
figure it out.
Feed you for science.
For science.
Here, have you tried a good berry?
No.
Gorge him.
Yes.
So what color do you think they had? What other color do you think they had? Obviously the yellow was freaking out on the village, and they had the one that we found. But also, like, I wonder if they had a purple or a green one or what do you think? What do you think? What kind do you think they had? Because if they had one of those other ones, and maybe it's the two things working together, maybe they had a green one so that they could, like put power, and then or maybe it was the yellow one because that maybe is how they changed him from being dead. But I guess it was healing him. But can we go back there and find the other stone?
I mean, we didn't see anything else there.
But they said there was two. Do you think someone else found it first? But if they found it first, then wouldn't they have found he who shall not be named?
What are we talking about?
The
The
stones
stones.
that we found.
Right, but who should not be named is the yes. Okay.
The vampire guy?
I hate him.
Yeah. he was
I
not-
still wish we'd murdered him. You were wrong, Spoot.
Didn't we murder him? I took the stone out of his
Yeah,
tongue.
Yeah, but like immediately. Caused a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I made an error in insight on that one.
You just gotta not trust people.
I mean,
I
why
hope
do you
that's
think
not
we try
true.
to see if they're lying all the time?
They just are. It's fine. I think I like him a lot, though. But he might be lying.
Maybe
I can't tell.
I can't. I'm not sure I'm a good judge anymore.
over that whole conversation, can I use my passive insight?
Sure. You got a general, like, he seems pretty chill.
Okay.
It's a little difficult because you've never met like a frog person before, so you don't really get a read on like facial clues or anything like that. But nothing
It's
in
the same
his
as a frog, right?
Hmm?
It's the same as a normal frog,
Yeah, it's
but
hard to
that
get a
talk.
read on such an alien physiology. But he didn't do or say anything that seemed particularly uh, malignant.
I have a feeling my result is probably not much different than Adis's.
Yeah, you all chatted with him, and he was very amiable.
Although that may be the only thing that I have over Adis. Actually, I'm
What?
not sure anymore. What is your passive insight? Just out of curiosity.
My passive insight's 20.
That's not even that.
It's because I have expertise.
Oh, right.
I'm just curious. Maybe, or not curious. It's the wrong word. Grrrig, I don't know if the other stone is in the ruins. Maybe
mean,
they
wouldn't it be?
channeled the power from the stones to get to the astral plane. Because that
But
takes a
then,
lot of magic.
did we see anything that they were like hanging on to? Because also maybe that's why the storm came if they were trying to do it, and that would
Well,
be bad. Because then they murdered themselves.
he said that the shards were sometimes in items. The stone we have fits on someone's tongue. Who's to say can't just have been on one of those priests in the temple's necklace or holy symbol?
Hmm.
Because Spook, can I see your holy symbol?
Sure.
It's like
Right.
the size of kind of like a necklace. No, like it could contain a gem.
Uh,
I think.
you mean if it were inlaid with a gem?
Yeah, just like size wise, like these shards could be easily-ish hidden. Jared.
Uh,
It's Spoot's holy symbol. How big it is up to him.
it's the size of my shield.
It's the
Well,
Flava Flav clock.
I mean, it's
Like that size.
handheld, but like,
Which my shield is very small, so it's normal. No, I'm just kidding. I suppose you could inlay. I mean, these shards could be of various sizes. I suppose gems can be quite small. It would need the surface. I mean, the holy symbol shape obviously varies depending on religion. Mine is probably easier to put a gem in since it is the shape is conducive to that.
Right. I'm just. The priests would have had to draw on a lot of power to teleport that many people, kill all those creatures, and teleport that whole building to the astral, or part of the building to the astral sea.
Very right. It would possibly take the aid of a deity, even.
Deity, or the shards that were made with God's magic.
It's a good question. I don't suppose any of your spells that you use to locate objects would be useful in finding something similar to the shard.
Well, I would have to. I don't know anything else but a gemstone, and I don't know if it'll just send me to a gemstone that we're carrying.
I was waiting for science.
I mean, I can try. I can do it once a day without wasting my own power. Grrrig, can you just like bring this stone out of the bag?
Look around suspiciously.
Well, maybe we
Reach in.
should go somewhere private, no?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Or you guys go somewhere private within 1,000 feet of me and see if I can find it.
Okay. I trot off.
okay. Do you?
Are you actually pulling it out of your bag?
I will trot off and find like some spot to sit and pull the box out.
Okay.
It's just a wooden box. It's not a lead box or anything. So
Yeah.
Okay. I used locate object on the stone.
On the
The one that Greg has.
on the shard, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you've seen it, you know what it looks like. Yeah. And you get a radar kind of in this direction, and you got to like work around like various buildings or whatever. But you walk right up to Grrrig, following the pinging in your mind as you concentrate on the spell.
Right. I would like to cancel it and then use a spell slot to try to think about something that's similar to the shard, but that's not the shard. I guess like I'll just think about red gems, like a red gemstone.
Okay.
Just like a generalized thing, just to see if it like points me to the nearest one, or just like, or like to the shard, or if it just like points me towards like a red gemstone somewhere.
So you cast a spell thinking about a red gemstone, or okay,
Not the shard specifically, because I want to see how random it is.
yeah.
Because if I don't have an idea of what the other stone is that we're looking for, to see if it detects like something.
Well, so the way the spell works, like it can locate the nearest kind of thing. So like it can locate like a kind of gemstone. So like if you use it to find a red gemstone, it will work.
Oh, can I try then like
Yeah.
like powerful magic stone? Is that a thing? Or not like that specific within 1,000 feet of me?
If you say magic stone, it pings to the fragment.
Okay. Well, that kind of works. We would just have to have your fragment not on. It would have to be in your bag for me to try to find the other one.
okay, let's try it. Here, I'll put it away.
Well, oh, I mean, the
Well, it
one?
only
Okay.
works within 1,000 feet if it's not behind total cover, wood, stone, lead.
Phew. Excuse me. Too much at brunch.
I can tell.
I thought you said spoot really loudly, and I was like, what?
No, it was an awkward hiccup. I know, but can you sense it now that it's in the bag? Because that's how
No,
we know if it works.
Not on
Right?
this plane anymore.
Good. Good.
Oh, that's
Good.
right. Interesting. I wonder if you could cast the banishment spell, and there is a chance that someone ends up in the bag of holding.
What?
That was
No,
just
that's
me
a separate
using,
demi-plane.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay,
If only,
fine,
that would be
butt
hilarious.
suckers.
I mean, if said creature's home plane was a bag of holding,
Good.
Oh, that's fair. That's
so it'd have to be like an awakened dust bunny or something.
Oh, I love the possibilities now. Anyway,
Awakened ball of lint with a button,
There
just
you
like
go.
from Grig's bag.
all the magical items floating around in the bag of holding would probably awaken some dust. Anywho, okay, what's next?
I think
Oh.
we should go back.
I just
Back to the ruins.
don't. I feel like if they had the stone, they would have hidden it behind things that prevent detection magic.
Sure. But now we know what we're looking for a little better.
Yes, but I mean, my bet is still it's probably within the temple that in the Astral Sea.
Ugh, you're probably right. Hey, what happens if you open a portal and then you cast detect somebody you saw?
I can't detect a person. My magic's not that
Oh,
strong.
detect something you
Wait a
saw
minute.
that was in the room. If the
Speaking
portal's
of,
open, then you're in the same plane, then you can see it, right?
I think so. I mean, we haven't been able to really see anything but the stars.
We'll tie a rope on you and you can go in.
Ah, hmm. No. Let's test that on a body first and see what happens when it closes with the rope still attached.
Well, we know that it'll be stuck there, but you being stuck there will just mean that you open a portal to go back to wherever your blood is. Although maybe
Tomorrow.
we should move the blood away from him.
Um, Grrrig,
Yes.
science?
Yeah?
I'm gonna take out, just because I'm curious now, the scimitar, and I would like to try to use the ability to make a portal specifically to the temple
Okay.
that we saw.
Yeah, you can do that. Expend the charge and
See if I can do
yeah,
that Arcana
make
check.
an Arcana check.
Come on, +1.
Just hanging out in an alley somewhere.
Yeah, just, why not?
And the result of your Arcana check?
It needs to
I
beat a
see it now.
15. 15 or higher.
Is it not showing you our rolls?
I see a 16. It just
Oh
popped
yeah,
up.
it's a 16.
Yeah. So you plunge the latch blade into the air, and through your will and connection, it opens up, and you slash. As you slash through the air, it opens up a tear, and you all hear as it opens. And Adis, looking into the hole you've just made, you see a large rock, like hundreds and thousands of feet wide by thousands of feet wide, and you see it rotating, kind of with no real purpose or drive in a star-filled void of space. You see some swirling, colorful clouds, kind of in the distance, a few motes of light kind of bobbing around. And as the rock rotates, you see a familiar looking 8-sided structure on it.
Hello? Greg screams.
I mean, it is hundreds of feet away.
Defect, can you see
Scream
anything?
louder.
Yeah, I scream louder.
A city guard pops her head in. What's the trouble here?
Nothing, just trying to call somebody. Thanks.
Well, keep it down. No disturbing the peace. And just kind of wanders off.
Stupid humans, am I right?
Defect, you have very clear eyesight.
Yeah. Can I use my eagle eyes to zone in?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Can I give him guidance?
Yeah.
You've been touched by a turtle.
Defect.
So you get a D4
And
on top
guidance
of
is D4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oops, that's
Oh.
not right.
Wrong way.
Mark Songs has given us a follow. Mark Songs, thank you for following us on Nuuli Forged. Welcome. You are our newest
for following
forager.
That's a 23
Oof, a 23 perception check.
on his 1 mile eagle eyes.
Yeah. So yeah, you scan this entire building with your eyes, Defect, and you can see that it is built it's built of sandstone. It's got 8 sides. It's got carvings all along the outside of like woodland, or not woodland, but like desert bas relief with a lot of jackal iconography on it. And as it's rotating on top of this rock, you can see a few other things as well. You see, as it rotates to one side, you see what look to be markers off to one side, markers of remembrance, akin to like a gravestone or a mausoleum or something like that. You see a few bits of like white stone that may actually with a 23, you see bones, you see skeletons. You see like three of them. You also see the remains of like other buildings like that were built after the fact with a ridiculous perception check. You can tell that they were built uh, from the stone of the rock, and you can see like a little quarry. So it seems like it's not just that eight-sided building, but there's more to it. Like there's some kind of established uh, structure, town, whatever that's been built there.
So I tell them all this as I see each particular piece of what I'm saying.
Yeah, and as you scan it, as you're talking about it, about 30 seconds has passed as you finish relaying the information, speaking quickly.
Any signs of life? Or is it just the skeletons and buildings?
Was
Just
it
a skeleton.
skeletons or just bones?
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Well, I mean, were they moving around? Sorry.
Oh, that's fair.
Were they undead?
Fair question. I didn't see the bones moving, right?
No,
They're
just kind
pile.
of in a corner, like or in various places where they look like they fell and stayed there. And the portal
Okay.
closes.
Intriguing.
Do it again.
I can't today.
That was very enlightening.
I think they're all dead.
I think they
Thanks,
might
Grrrig.
be dead, though. Yes.
But maybe if we go there and we look, then we can find more information.
I mean, that's what I would love to do.
And
I just
obviously they lived long enough to build some stuff if they built stuff. How did they live long enough to build stuff? I didn't see any food. Did they eat each other?
I don't want to think about that.
That's fair.
I just don't know how we'd get over there. Because when I pushed whoever, what's his face, the captain,
The Goliath.
yeah, into the portal, he just kind of chilled at the entrance.
But then he wasn't there. Like well, yeah,
Not the
he chilled
body
at the
where
entrance because
pushed through.
he was
the one-
gas.
No, he was solid and still swinging at us for a period of time. And then the gas was to escape because he was feeling the heat.
I wonder if we could move. Maybe we could think of some sort of propulsion.
Well, I think this would be either something for our new wizard friend, or Seda, but I don't know how much Seda would know about the Astral Sea.
He did tell you earlier, or he did tell you yesterday that he didn't know too much. It's not his area
Right.
of expertise.
Maybe the wizard knows? We can ask him at a later day. I mean, at least I know now I can open a portal kind of directly to the temple.
Yeah, I guess so. But I feel like if we go in with motion, maybe we can keep moving.
I have no idea. We can... I mean, when we pushed that body in, it just kept moving and floating.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know if we can necessarily control direction, or if we just float in a direction.
Maybe it's like swimming.
You know how to swim,
No.
That might
Something
be a
else to
problem.
teach you.
right? Morals and swimming.
Morals are fine.
Also, a good
It's
note for the
fine.
DM: Grrrig cannot swim.
I assume not.
It's canon now. Oh no.
No, I feel like when we were on the boat, we talked about this.
We talked about that on the boat, and we talked
Mhm.
about it when we were gonna infiltrate the little south broke through the water. You're just like, I can't swim.
Yeah, no
Yep.
swimming for me.
Yep. Good to know, though. Good to know.
Oh, good.
Next
Oh,
time we fight a
good.
kraken.
I mean, at least Grrrig has the potion of water breathing. They just don't know how to move in the water.
Yeah, I'm not. I can move. I doggy paddle. Come on. But
Tie a rope.
Can
Tie a
you
rope to
though?
defect,
I don't
and
know.
defect can pull Grrrig along.
yeah.
We'll get Grrrig some water wings.
Ugh.
Well, if we go anywhere near water, we can just cast water walking in a pinch, and then you'll float back to the surface.
Boom.
Great.
Wow, this is interesting. Sorry, thank you for all tuning in tonight. This has been in this combat-heavy and lightning-fast episode.
Yeah.
This is the educational episode.
The science episode.
It's the size of the. It's the we trust random strangers episode. Amber
That
doesn't
too.
know how to feel about that.
It always ends poorly, but yet we do it.
There will be a big plot twist at the end of this night's episode.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
We trust another stranger. Shocking.
Shocking. Our trust in a stranger does not pan out.
I love it when you trust strangers. It's nothing but good times for me.
Well,
I feel like my parents taught me opposite
I know.
when I was growing up, and now I just do the opposite of what my parents tell me to do.
Yeah, in D&D, like. Yeah.
Well, the portal has just closed, so what are you going to do?
Brunch.
Pout about it not being able to open again.
Okay. You all head on over for brunch. And
On the way.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, Spoot, speak.
It's not important. I'm just kidding. No, I think Spoot will just muse to defect out loud that, and probably, well, whoever's listening, that, you know, it is. I am starting to feel that feeling again that I do want to get out of the city for a bit. I'm not completely opposed to returning to the ruins if that means that we have another bit of traveling to do, but I also wouldn't mind seeing something new and different.
Well, he
I
was
agree.
talking about the dragons, the silver ones that are more friendly. Maybe we can head to some mountains and try to find one, maybe, because they live a long time. Maybe they would be able to shed some more light.
That would be exciting.
Do you think it would be mad that we'd killed a dragon?
Does Adis know that chromatics and metallics don't necessarily get along that well?
Oh, I will let you make an Arcana check or a history check, your choice.
And they're the same thing.
But they will reveal different information. So
Yeah. 8. Oh, that's
in-
depressing. My digital dice said 11.
in history or Arcana?
History, sorry.
Okay. You know that dragons are solitary creatures, Adis. They generally don't like anyone or anything else, so that's the best you got.
Okay. Except for the fact that the frog told us that the silver ones like people.
Yeah, that was new information to you.
Right. I don't know. I don't speak dragon. I don't know much about dragons. Fae's my
Alright.
thing.
Yeah, but apparently you kind of are a dragon.
And no, that's just this mark.
Right. But, like, how else would you get that?
I was born with it on my face.
No, I know, but, like, if that is called a dragon mark, then it comes to dragons, and even though you don't know how to talk to dragons, then you, like, somehow do know dragons.
My ancestors knew dragons.
Maybe you just don't know it yet.
I hate to pull the old "can I make a history check" because someone else made a history check thing, but Can I make a history check?
What do you want to make a history check on?
Do I know anything about dragons? I don't really know. I'm discovering every day what Spook doesn't know as a knowledge cleric.
Cool.
I mean, you speak Draconic, so I would hope you know something.
Yeah, that's where my mind was going
Yeah,
too.
you can make either a history or arcana check of your choosing.
Yep, that's pretty much what I thought. I read Draconic somewhere in a book, thought it was cool.
What did you get?
A
It's like
10,
learning Klingon.
Cool.
unless I get advantage somehow, and then it was a 22. But
You know, because you speak Draconic and have studied, and you're trying to recall like information you read in a book, I would be willing to grant you advantage on this.
I will
So,
take it. Thank you very much.
so with a 22, you get, or well, you know that there are two main types of dragons. There are rumors of other types of dragons, but the two main ones that are most abundant in Nuuli are chromatic dragons and metallic dragons. Chromatic dragons tend to be more evil, vicious, cruel, and generally don't like anybody else. They consider the world theirs and everything should be owed to them because they are so magnificent. And even within chromatic dragons, there is a hierarchical, that's not the word, but close to that, structure. There's red dragons, which are like the most vicious, cruel, evil, powerful. And then there's blue dragons, and then green dragons, and then black dragons, and then white dragons. But that doesn't mean that white dragons are not as dangerous as the others. It just means that among the dragons, they are the most looked down upon. And then there are chromatic dragons. With a 22, you know gold, silver, brass, copper, and bronze are the dragons. You don't know too much about necessarily what they all do and what the differences are, but you know that metallic dragons tend to be nicer, but that doesn't mean that they can't be cruel. It just means that they tend to be more good-natured.
I'm actually a little embarrassed now. I feel like I probably took better notes after we killed the blue dragon. I don't know if I've asked this before or not, but yeah, I'll give just sort of like a general rundown on that. It's like, wait, it's taken me. I'm a little fuzzy on some of the details. It's been a while since I've read up on dragons specifically, but yes, I do think that they may not necessarily be good, but I think we stand a better chance successfully speaking to a silver dragon if we were to find one. I don't really know where we would look other than what the wizard told us, though.
I mean, there's a large mountain range to the northeast of here, I believe.
Starting to wonder if no, that's only within 1,000 feet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'd have to meet someone that, or maybe we get lucky and meet someone that is able to track dragons or knows more about them than we do.
I mean, I'm sure we can find someone or a book, but
Nah.
if there's a dragon somewhere in the mountains, we would probably be best to ask the people who live around the mountains.
I think we should decide what our next quest is, though. Are we going hunting for a dragon, or are we still hoping to discover what happened to the...
Well, dragons live an awful long time and are very powerful, so I'm sure they might have an idea of what was lost.
I mean, yeah, but what if you just do the thing again and we can go to the temple?
Right. But as well as, finding more, if the dragons bestowed this magic on my people, they might know where my people went, or at least the other villages as well, and if they somehow survived. Or if there's more people with this mark around.
This is getting really mysterious.
I concur. I think I need to eat something.
I assume that we're talking about this on the way to brunch.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you can continue the conversation while eating brunch. It's totally okay. You find a cute little cafe. Actually, somebody make a perception check.
I can do it. However, it's probably better if Adis does.
I don't care who. Somebody
Avocado
do.
toast eel pie.
Oh
I
god.
got it.
What you get?
25.
Nice.
Natural 20, sorry, I should say.
Wonderful. Yeah, you
Clean
spy
20.
you spy
Much better than me.
on like one of the like squares of the city. You see a cute little bistro cafe thing where the tables are just being cleared. It seems like they've just kind of opened up for an early lunch or brunch, if you will. And they're like cleaning off the tables, and you sit on down, and they're happy to serve you, and it's very delicious. It's like really thin pancakes that are rolled up and stuffed with things. Like there's a sweet version for Grrrig, there's a savory version, there's a fish option, there's eggs. It's very like fancy, like good hearty food, but like kind of fancy and very like delicately laid out. Inside, they have nice decorations. It's a very nice ambiance. This place is called the Blooming Onion, believe it or not.
Gotcha.
I love a blooming onion.
Who doesn't love a blooming onion? So you have your brunch at the Blooming Onion, and at the end of it, for all of your meals in total, it comes to about 3 silver per person.
Beautiful.
Oh, damn.
I'm not really wondering what
I
fish
thought
and
that was
eggs is
supposed
like.
to be. I thought that was going to be as expensive as our alcohol, but I guess not.
Well, like you're having brunch, and like it's pretty pricey for what it is, but it's like high end food. So, but you're not staying here for hours and drinking. If you want to have, are you having drinks with it, or are you just eating? Because if you're having drinks,
I just mean like one of Adis's drinks is like a gold.
well, yeah.
So one of my drinks is more expensive than my entire breakfast.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because you like to go top shelf over at the above decks.
That's fair.
Yeah. Price differences matter.
And quality likes quality.
Yes. But yeah. So you all have a very nice little brunch. And it's up to you to sort out what you're going to do.
This sounds like a job for augury. Maybe.
You have to have a plan for it.
I know. I was
Yeah.
actually just realizing that. I was like, we don't have any plan. This sounds like the opposite of a job for augury.
Yeah.
Augury, what plan should we make?
Maybe
Augury.
use
We should make a plan. Yes.
Yes, we'll.
what's the one where you talk to your god? Commune. That's what you should use.
I don't think I have that guy.
I don't think you're high enough level yet. I think it's 9th level. Or you get at level 9.
I'm definitely not
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fifth level
either of
spell.
those things. Yeah, I don't have 5th level spells.
Yeah.
I do have. Wait a minute. I do have divination.
Ooh.
Oh, I do have divination. I didn't prepare it though, but I do have it. That's interesting. Here, I'll put it up so people can read it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. Too bad. No one gets to read it. Google it. Your magic and an offering put you in contact with the god or god's servants. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, so we still have to make a plan, event or activity to occur within 7 days. Oh, it's like augury on steroids. It's also more expensive.
So it doesn't help us make a plan.
No, No, still need a plan. The GM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. Sorry for the AC.
Oh, you're good.
It at all. Okay, cool. Something to ponder after I prepare spells again.
Yeah, you have access to all kinds of goodies.
Yes, just not enough of those pesky spell slots sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what? Because of what you've done today, I would like you to roll a percentile die, Spoot.
No.
If you roll a 25 or lower, you will have prepared divination today.
Whoa. 25 or lower. Okay, so I'm rolling a D100?
Yep.
Oh, so close.
What'd you roll?
27.
Oh, that is close. Sad.
Darn it.
Guidance?
Guidance?
Yes,
I don't
add
think
your
that
D4.
works.
Bane.
Go for it.
I don't think that works on those,
This
but
is where
that's a good,
Bane comes
that's a good
in.
question.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, Bane.
Advantageous Bane.
No, it was not an attack roll or an ability or a save.
Can I choose
I
to
guess
fail a
that's true.
percentage roll?
You just did.
Oh.
Ouch.
Wonderful.
Oh, darn.
Great. All right. Well,
Oh,
I tried to
that
be
was-
benevolent, but oh well.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it.
I
I'm
gave
not
you a
sure I
1 in
would be-
4 shot, and you didn't do it.
I'm not sure I would have been prepared for the outcome. I would have just mumbled and asked everything wrong. And Farlane would be like, you know what? Try again tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
It'll be another
the number
25
you've
gold.
reached is full. The mailbox of
Farlane
the
is out of the
subscriber you have
office.
reached is currently full. Please leave a prayer after the beep.
Yikes.
And it
Curses
never
and Auckland.
beeps.
Son of
Oh,
a
no.
Son of a
I would like to
snail
think that
shell.
even I would like to think even when I curse in Aquan, it just sounds like gentle water noises.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or it could just be like how people, the French Quebec, when they swear, it's like a very religious swearing versus actual French swearing.
I'm thinking of that episode in Letterkenny when they meet the French Canadians at the fishing hall.
Well, so you all get yourselves together. You have your brunch. What would you like to do?
I don't know. We've never had like free time that's
Yeah.
in daily doses.
Yeah, I mean, you can just head back to the tavern. You can You can go, just kind of poke around. You can investigate the city. If you want to find one of the many people you have met to procure supplies from, you can. Like, it's up to you.
We could also, to take our mind off some things, go back to some of our early lessons, maybe do a draconic lesson, or teach Grrrig how to swim. That'd be fun.
Nope.
Okay, all right, it wouldn't be fun.
We can teach Grrrig morals.
Nope.
No.
I don't know why you
Boring.
think I don't have morals. I understand what you're saying, but it's wrong.
I don't know. I think taking somebody's things without asking them is wrong.
Nah,
Well, I
nah,
think-
nah, nah.
I think
Because you
what
need
Grrrig
it.
is-
You've got a mission. It's got to serve a purpose.
Grrrig has never
The
been
greater
wrong.
good.
Grrrig does present an interesting moral dilemma, which
Is
is
it-
that there
is it a
might be
dilemma?
certain. Well, there might be certain situations that call for what would not normally be considered good actions.
We stole this thing.
I mean, we killed him for it.
I
Yeah.
like that there is no gray area on stealing. There's just like black and white, but the amount of things and people we kill.
Well, he was attacking us. That's self-defense.
Sure.
Ah, the
And-
fine
Definitely
points of
trust-
D&D.
We've definitely trespassed into someone's warehouse in the city and stole things and then murdered people inside.
Well, if
Who
my
were
husband,
there to.
They were bad
Well,
people, so it's
if
fine.
my husband
So-
was in there working, I'm pretty sure he would have just let me in.
I mean, but the point that I think Grrrig is making is that you had a reason to go in there because we were looking for someone. I'm going to go look for things to buy at a shop, and I'm putting it in chat right now. This is what Spoot is doing.
Boot is siding with Grrrig in a moral dilemma. Let it be known.
Yeah,
I need to go meditate
It's a plot twist.
often and
There
now.
it is. There's the plot twist.
Go ahead, Spoot. Make a perception check to see if you can find this place to purchase these items that you are searching for.
I'm going to give myself guidance because I feel like
Actually,
I need it now.
you don't even need to do that because you know where you can get these stuff. You know who sells spell components.
Yeah, the old tried and true.
Yep. You know impressive feats run by Conjure, the old male tiefling.
I would like to buy, if we don't want to RP this, 2 of these things.
So you want
Fun.
2 he's definitely got the incense. The sacrificial offering portion of the spell, I'm going to leave up to you to interpret what those are. You know your deity, you know what he liked.
Do I?
Yeah. You know, I mean, it could just be like a bit of knowledge or something like that, or like a painting or a description of a place you've been or seen. You know,
Oh, okay.
like
just
You know what?
whatever.
I will.
But
Yeah.
Conjure has the appropriate incense, and he sells you enough for 2. It costs you 53 gold.
53 gold. Okay. I think for like, this is mostly for RP purposes, but part of what I think I'll offer the sacrifice offering might be I might buy like a nice bit of paper to which I can write or scribble or draw something about my journey that I've learned, and then that is
Yeah,
offered up
Conjure
with
can
the
supply
incense.
you with paper akin to a spell book, and it's included in that price.
Perfect. 53, I will subtract that. Thank you, Conjure. Good to see you again.
Oh, it is a pleasure, Mr. Spoot. Always a pleasure to sell to such well-off individuals like yourself.
Well, I mean, well off might be a bit strong. I don't know.
Oh, I think you're
But-
doing quite well. You've been in here a few times.
Well, true. And happy to support the local business here. So
And we
Thank
are
you.
thankful to have your support.
I think Spook just got really like awkward about being called wealthy. This is new to him. Oh, well, okay. Thank you. I need to. I'm gonna use one of these soon. So I'm gonna prepare.
Of course. Enjoy your day.
No, thank you. You as well.
And you exit.
Through the gift shop.
There's a 2 drink minimum at the gift shop. So
Oh no. I bought 2 incenses. Is that not enough?
no. Anyway, so you buy your incense and paper to make your story, and yeah. Are those for now, or are those for divination the next day?
It'd have to be the next day at this point.
Gotcha. Cool. Great. Yeah. Wonderful. So you all go to your respective places, or you begin to, at any rate. When you all receive messages. A group of like messenger boys and girls kind of flock in your direction, and they're like, "Hey, are you Defect, Grrrig, Spoot, and Adis?"
No.
Oh, okay. And they run.
What you got money?
Yes, we who's asking? Sorry, is what we meant to say. Sorry to be so suspicious.
Oh, we're messengers. We have messages for all of you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Why
Yes.
all of us? Usually we just kind of come together.
I don't know. Maybe someone was covering their bases.
Huh.
You may give us the message now. Thank you. Sorry.
They hand over the message, the little scrolls, and
it explodes.
then they kind of stand there looking, and they all kind of
I think you've got a bit of reputation now, Adis.
Oh no, it's a singing telegram.
like
I know. I think
like
they
one of
want to
them's
tip.
one of them's whistling, one of them's like kind of just standing there, kind of tapping their foot.
Mhm.
I give a silver piece to each.
Oh,
I
thank
open
you.
the message.
I don't honestly know what I should pay them, but
No, they're very happy. They're like, "Oh
I
wow,
feel like-
thanks. That's great."
I mean, we
This is
still
cool.
need that message.
Yeah,
So you give-
they handed you over the scrolls.
yeah, it's
I'm
in my
opening mine.
hand.
Yeah. So they leave, and each of you has a scroll, and each one is addressed to you individually. They all say more or less the same thing. They give you an address, and they say ASAP. Adis, you recognize the address because it's Kaylin's apartment.
Someone went through a lot of trouble to write 4 separate scrolls.
Uh,
I have no idea. What is this?
I gotta go home.
Are we coming too? I mean, they sent it
Yeah.
to us.
Is it
All the
all
same
to the same address? Is it all to my house?
Every message is the same. The only difference is the names, and they
We're going home with you.
all have your and Kaylin's apartment address on them.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go see that. Why? What? What is happening?
Uh-oh.
So I guess we'll
Axe
find out.
time.
I would say no, but at the same time, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Cool. You all head on over to Adis's place. Adis, you go up the stairs. The door is closed. You enter the apartment. And inside, you see a couple of things. You see Kaylin talking to a figure in a green cloak that like is covering their head. Kaylin turns to look at you and says, "Oh, your friend just got here." And as soon as he says that, an eagle swoops in through the window, and the figure smiles and says, the figure kind of looks to, "Oh, good, you're all here. I really think it's time we talk." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session of Nuuli Forged.
No, I want to throw something at him.
Nope.
The first thing I grab, just chuck it at him.
Nope.
You throw
Oh.
defect.
I throw the
Cannonballs.
scroll. Like, wow!
So we'll pick up there in 2 weeks, or I guess in 3 weeks. The next 2 weeks are going to be off.
So
So thank you all very much. Let's go around, say our goodbyes, plug anything you want to plug. I'll figure out who we going to raid tonight, and then we'll do that, and it'll be wonderful. So let's start off in this corner with Spoot.
hello, it's me again. I played Spook tonight and will continue to do so until it is deemed no longer necessary. Thank you for watching. And yeah, sorry we're taking a little break, but hope to catch you all in 3 weeks' time.
And wonderful. Moving on down to Adis.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in 3 weeks, and I will have a camera by then.
Huzzah!
Finally. I mean, if they hand it to 3 more doormen, I'll be
Unless
pissed.
the evil doorman strikes again.
I know. This
the
is actually the
phantom
second
doorman.
time that Amazon has done this. So,
That's really suspicious.
I don't know what doorman they're talking about, because I'm not that bougie.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the driver being sketch.
It's either that or like one of the guys who hang out on my apartment's like stairs in the front in like a
Oh.
t-shirt and jeans, and they think that's a doorman for some reason. Wouldn't be surprised.
Well, he's a man, and it's in front of the door.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we get it sussed out, because, man, that sucks.
Hashtag city problems.
I know.
True. And speaking of city problems, next over to Grrrig.
That's me. Well, now I'm Amber, but mostly I'm Grrrig. I have nothing to plug, but yeah, thanks for following today, new folk, and thanks to I've Got It for stepping up into moderating.
Woo!
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Love it. And last but not least, Defect.
It's me. Glad to be back finally. Missed you guys. And unfortunately, now I'm going to have to wait another 3 weeks. So, see you then.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in 3 weeks, you'll be able to hit something.
Yes, I know. I was
Action!
missed the last week's episode. Looked a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Well, I have been Jared here on Nuuli Forged, your dungeon master. We're going to raid the Venture Maidens tonight, which is a pretty fun channel. They're a bunch of cool ladies. So we're going to say hi to them. Say hi to them. Remember to follow us on all our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all at Nuuli Forged. And hey, if you're watching today's episode on YouTube, give that video a like and a subscribe to the channel. And big shout out to Mark Songs for following us tonight. And I've Got It. Welcome to the Forged family, buddy. You're the moderator now. You're running the show.
What are we doing in 3 weeks? What's the story?
Haha. If I told you, I would have to change it.
Oh, I'm asking our moderator.
Oh. Well, if you want some informational D&D podcasting, you can catch Matt and I on our podcast, Mid-Level Adventurers, available wherever you get your podcasts. And we will see you in 3 weeks here on Nuuli Forged. So 3rd week of October, 2nd week of October, whatever, 3 weeks from now. Stay tuned to all the social medias and we'll keep it updated for you. So stick around, give us a like, follow, subscribe, all the stuff on all the... other people know social media better than me. You know what you're doing. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful night. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.